back with comedian David Boyle, and I'm quitting alcohol. What a massive fucking few days we've had in sport, hey? And still tonight's Euros to go. England 1-0, 100%. Put your house on it. Where do we even start? We'll start with Ash Barty, all right? The winner of Wimbledon. The first female winner of Wimbledon from England since Andy Murray. Congratulations, Ash Barty. Nah, she's a fucking true blue Aussie, that one. I have no idea how she keeps on winning Grand Slams. She looks like someone about 10 years ago who would have been ranked number 50 and Australia would have been getting excited about her reaching the fourth round. I wasn't really that excited about it either. I don't know why I didn't care. Maybe because I haven't been watching female tennis for a long time, since Martina Hingis. The Swiss Miss. Oh, remember those days when a young Martina Hingis was gliding around the court, dominating women's tennis? There was also Anna Kournikova as well, who did fuck all. But she was rated as the hottest, but I always fucking had a thing for Martina Hingis. She was my go-to. I would watch anything she was doing, even when she came back and she was playing doubles with some Indian guy. I used to watch that. But Martina Hingis, she was my fave. And then what happened to her? Then fucking Lindsay Davenport fucking strolled in, Amelie Mauresmo, and the Williams sisters. They crushed my little petite princess. But once Hingis retired, I sort of lost interest. Serena Williams, I have enjoyed watching her. She's a fucking beast. She is one of the greatest scrappers of all time, men or women. But yeah, I wonder what Martina Hingis is doing now. Anyway, congratulations, Ash Barty. What will we go with next? We'll go with Argentina beating Brazil in the Copa del America, or whatever the fuck it's called, final, which I also didn't watch. But it's nice that Messi finally got his international trophy. So now he can really kind of be put into the argument of greatest football player ever. He really needed that international win, didn't he? Because Ronaldo got one. He got one with Portugal in the Euros. I think it was the last Euros. I can't remember. And then all the other players who are in the conversation of greatest football players ever have all won World Cups. So he needed something. But is winning the Copa America, whatever it's called, is that really as hard as winning the Euros? I mean, Brazil's there. The final's tough. But in the group stages, who are you playing? Like El Salvador's prison team and shit like that. Peru, a team full of ayahuasca shamans. I don't know if it's the same thing. I suppose you got Chile. You've got Uruguay. You've got... who else is there? Bolivia. Yeah, there's not much else, is there? But I am happy for Messi. He seems like a good lad. I like him more than Ronaldo, but I think you could make an argument that Ronaldo's better. He's done it everywhere, Ronaldo. Anyway, I don't know enough about football to even get into these arguments. What else was there? Was there any other sporting event on today? Australia lost to the West Indies in the 2020 cricket. The cricket stuff is going to go over most people's head, but I want to argue that the West Indies are the best cricketing nation on earth at the moment. They've won the last two T20 World Cups, and T20 is the only form of cricket anyone gives a fuck about anymore. And they completely dominate it. All the best players come from the West Indies. Their T20 team is always probably the best. Yeah, they suck at one days and test matches, but no one gives a fuck about either of those anymore. The only form of cricket that even gets a crowd now is T20s, and West Indies dominate it. So when people say West Indies cricket has become a laughingstock, just reassess that, because they are the best. And why would they even want to be good at one days and test matches? They live in fucking Jamaica and Trinidad and Tobago and shit. They get paid like $58 a test match, or they can go play a 4-hour game of T20 cricket in India for like $1 million a game. What would you be doing? That's right, you'd be over here eating some curries with me, hitting some fucking cricket balls into the crowd. That's what you'd be doing. So what else was there? There was the Conor McGregor fight. All right, let's talk about it. The Conor fucking McGregor fight. I'm not even sure which way to approach this. The Conor McGregor fight was fucking brutal. It was brutal to watch that. If you don't know, Conor McGregor snapped his leg at the end of the first round against Dustin Poirier. And I wouldn't say he dealt with it with class. Class is not the word I would attach to Conor McGregor at this point. He's making it really, really fucking hard now to support him. But he sucks me in every single time. For the last 5 years, I've been sucked in. A week before the fight, I'll be like, nah, Conor McGregor's not going to win this. He hasn't been fighting, blah, blah, blah. Inactivity. These other guys are getting better. And then I'll watch like 8 hours of Conor McGregor interviews and I'll be like, Conor. Fuck his wife. Fuck his wife. I'll be fucking going nuts. But this one was a little bit different. He didn't have the same fucking zing. His press conference before the fight, that's where he normally fucking bangs. He bombed everything. All his jokes bombed. He looked nervous. He looked like he was hyperventilating, about to have a fucking panic attack. He tried to get a "your wife is your husband" chant going, and the crowd just didn't follow him. They didn't pick up on it. It's too many words to start a chant. Your wife is your husband. Even if the crowd wanted to follow along, they're all confused and shit. They're like, whose husband? Whose wife? What are we meant to be saying? Quick, tell me. And by the time they've worked it out, the moment's gone. But Conor was standing there saying your wife is your husband. He did it maybe like 3 or 4 times too many. And when you're starting a chant and no one follows along, you're never too sure when to stop. And he should have stopped a couple early. So everything was off kilter in that press conference. And I was like, all right, I kind of am with you, Conor. And I still have to admit you're the most exciting guy, but you better fucking win this because this trash talking is not inspiring. And in the interviews, he was talking horseshit like, I only recognize knockout wins. That's real fighting, is knockout. I'm like, what? That's like if I said, I only recognize the jokes that people laugh at. But you told 44 jokes and only 3 of them hit. Well, I'm 3-0, baby. I am 3-0 on the jokes. So that was a hard argument, but I was still with him. Mainly because I want to see more Conor McGregor fights that actually mean something. I didn't want him to lose and then have to watch shitty Conor McGregor fights that don't mean anything, because I'm still going to watch Conor McGregor no matter what. He's got me hooked, but I also love Dustin Poirier too. So Conor really needed to land some jokes and put on a good performance in the fucking octagon. And yeah, he did for about 1.5 minutes, and then Dustin Poirier just started fucking dominating. It was brutal, and I didn't see any way that Conor was going to win, even if he didn't break his leg. And then Conor McGregor gets the microphone and starts trash talking on the ground while he's got a broken leg, still saying, let's go outside. I'll fucking smash you outside or something like that, and saying I'm going to fuck your wife and all this sort of shit. And it's like, bro, you're not making the Irish look good here, man. I think Conor McGregor's been drinking a little bit too much of that Proper 12 whiskey. I think someone in Ireland needs to recommend him this podcast, and I'll sort him out. I'll get his career cranking again. I want to open up my inbox in about 2 weeks. Conor McGregor sent me a message saying, loving the potty, mate. I've been struggling with the Proper 12 for about 3 years now. It's time to get off it. I need to straighten my life out. Do you have any advice? And I'll be like, well, Conor McGregor, you have come to the right place. Anyway, that's it for tonight. Good luck to England. I'm going for England. I expect there to be some hungover fucking Poms tomorrow. Anyway, that's it for tonight. If you're enjoying the podcast, give it a share around, and I'll see you the fuck later.